Yo, yo, yo. Thank you so much for tuning in to Conversations with Glo radio show brought to you by Conversations with Glo podcast. And if you want to know more information about Conversations with Glo radio show and or podcast, please visit convowithglo.com. So therefore you can sign up for the emailing list and get future information about me, your girl Glo, and also the future guests that I will also have on the show as well. Also, you can sign up I already said sign up for the email list. Don't hold me to that. But what I was trying to get at, you can reach out to me if you're looking to be on Conversations with Glo radio show and or the podcast, or if you just want to have just a conversation with me. We don't even have to be on there, and or you can purchase merch, and or you could just slide on over there to the website and just check me out, period. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get into the conversation. But first, I'm going to allow for my guest to introduce himself, and y'all already know what we're gonna do. Get into the conversation.
Yo, holla at your boy Harlem Fresh 125 all day, every day, even when I'm out of state, New York state of mind. 25th and Broadway, fastest way to Harlem. I'm happy to be here with my sis conversation with Glo. I owed her, I stood her up one time and I apologize and I gotta make up for that. So now we here to chop it up. You already know the flavor.
Listen, you don't be telling folks our business on the outside of this. You don't have to let folks know that you stood me up.
I still
Period.
love you though.
Yeah, I love you more. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the conversation though. Let's talk about being raised on survival mode versus love. So my question to you though, Fresh, is what were you raised on? Was you raised on survival mode or love?
I mean, me pretty much, I'm from Harlem. I was raised in the projects. My mom's was there. Pops really wasn't there like that. So, I don't know if it's survival mode because we wasn't in panic mode trying to survive and shit. But you trying to make your way as getting older and make your way in life and see. I don't know. My family is full of love. Now I mean, all the survival mode happened when you go outside in the streets. When you walked out that building, that's when it was survival mode. Really.
Okay. Okay. Which that I feel like that makes a lot of sense. Like so you don't necessarily just place yourself in a survival mode until you actually find yourself being in the streets. That's for some, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's for everybody. Everybody was not raised on love. Me personally, I was raised on love. My mom did not allow for us to go weeks without having lights on. My mom didn't allow for us to go weeks without having no water. My mom didn't allow for us to go weeks without having no food in the refrigerator. We kissed my mama goodnight every night before we
Hmm.
actually went to bed. She ironed our clothes, and our clothes would be ready
Yeah.
when we got up for school. And though we did stay in the projects, my mom still, and she was a single mom,
Hmm.
she still loved, I don't know, she still raised us on love. um and to try to be in a relationship with somebody though that has been raised on survival mode, me personally, I feel like it's kind of hard to be in a relationship with someone that has been raised on survival mode. And the only reason why I say that is because um it you all look at things differently. Every a lot of things that you may look at that can possibly get a pass here, it will not get a pass with that other person. That's just my personal opinion. Um Trying to figure out, like, trying to make this person, I guess, like, be romantic or have romance or something like that, and it's just not going to happen because that's just not how this person is. But do you think that the person can also compromise, especially if they really like the person? Do you think they should be able to compromise and try to meet that person halfway with the other person that was raised on love, and not try to actually stick with a survival mode technique?
I mean, you keep saying survival mode. It sounds like you was describing poverty, not having lights, water, and food and shit like that. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, it, you brought
My
up in poverty.
bad.
You know what I mean, that ain't no survival mode. That's poverty shit. but
You know
but we.
what? That is true. My bad, y'all. But survival mode is just more of, I guess, like your parents not showing you love. Like you didn't get a hug. You didn't get you didn't get the love that was possibly could have been shown to you. And I feel like I don't know. It's survival mode is what I hear everybody else put out there. Is more of like they didn't have much. It was more of, I had to get it on my own. Oh, I had to get it out the mud type shit.
I mean, I fully understand that, but when you know better, you do better. And just because now, I mean, one person had to come up a hard way, and and another person might have not came up a hard way. It's all about how the two parties interact with each other. Because somebody could be born piss poor, but they could be a good person morally, and they could be compassionate and show sympathy and empathy towards another person that they are fond of and shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, you might not kiss your mom's goodnight every day, but you might bump into a female and you just think that's just the love of your life. And if y'all hit it off, you kissing her goodnight every night. Know what I mean? So it just
Hmm.
depends on who you are as a person, as an individual. Are you so pent up and mad at your upbringing to let it overshadow what you have right now in the present and going forward in the future? If you are a person like that, then you in a lose-lose situation. But if you somebody that could understand what you've been through and understand the struggles that you had to overcome, and you actually overcome them struggles, and you able to meet a like-minded person that probably didn't grow up the way you grew up, but they love you and have the same morals and values, then you could have chemistry and grow off of that type of wave. You know what I mean? But poverty, not having food, lights, and water, nah, that's just niggas being broke. We not doing that. It's government assistance for that.
It's definitely government assistance for that. But back to what you said, dang, it slipped my mind. You said something as far as the mom not kissing you goodnight every night, but it's your upbringing, but you're more than, you should want to compromise with your girl or with your man in regards with however the situation may turn out.
Mhm.
um I'm trying to get my thoughts together in regards with that, because again, I feel like that a lot of people use that as an excuse as to not wanting to change, I guess, like who they are. You have people out here though that's like, oh well, that's just how I was raised, versus like with not wanting to necessarily just change. So how would that person that was raised on love, that's wanting to love the person that's, I guess, like that's in the survival mode, how would they want to change? How would you see that person try to change the dynamic of that?
I mean,
That
changing the dynamic. I don't think you can really change the dynamic if you're a person that's built off of that come from love and compassionate and showing how much you love a person and stuff like that, and another person isn't born from that element, and if they don't have enough to see what's in front of them, then maybe that just ain't the person for you. You know what I mean? Because
exactly.
it's like I, I know, I understand and I respect where you come from, just like you understand and respect where I come from, but let's not talk about what we've been through. Let's talk about where we are now and where we're trying to go. Because living in the past, that shit don't work for me. You heard? Because in the past, a lot of people dwell on things. A lot of the past is experience. It's history. It's over with. But if you
Mhm.
dwell on that and don't use it as a learning experience to go forward, then like you just stuck. You stuck on stupid. Really, you stuck in the past because you still mad at the world and everybody else is evolving and moving on. And it's like when you when you link up with somebody, it just need to be a conversation. Like, what are your goals? What are you looking for? What are you trying to do? What's your aspirations and shit like that? You know what I mean? So it's
Mhm.
like people that stuck in the past and they keep saying, "Well, I was raised this way." Man, you may have been raised that way, but where are you at right now?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because no
Mhm.
disrespect to nobody, but it's eras, it's different decades, and we evolve so much as people, especially living where we live at in the United States. It ain't like we a third world country. We trying to, it's evolving, it's always popping, it's clicking, something is always moving. So to be stuck in the past or just to be somebody that's dwelling on something that ain't really gonna help you, then I don't know, niggas is stupid to me. That's just me.
Okay, so the only reason why I say this is because here we go, right here, right?
Hmm.
What happened is because how we got into this conversation, it was more of someone had said something to me and I was like, okay, so what's going on, this and that and the third. And he was like, well, how I was raised. And I was like, okay, so how were you raised?
Hmm.
And he was like, his daddy, he said he's been in survival mode his whole life, and that he really had to learn shit on his own, and it sucked. And I was like, basically, I'm sorry to hear that. And I said, well, you weren't raised on love. And he said he didn't feel love. And I was like, okay, again, sorry to hear that.
Hmm.
Um and and he said his real dad ain't shit, and that his mom was cool, and they have their favorites. So it's just like, okay, so me being a female and me reading some shit like that, it's just like, do you like, not to put the dude on blast, like, do you really want to find yourself, like, really want to be stuck with talking to someone like that, especially if this is someone that's possibly still, I guess, like what you just said, like still dwelling on the past, because again, that's an experience. But again, this is something that has something to do with his mother and his father.
Hmm.
That's basically still though his father is not a part of his life, his mother still is. But he also feel like, his mama only fought with him just because, what I'm saying, like, I'm her child. Like, she only just fought with me because I'm her child. Like,
Sound like sound like there's a lot of it's a some resentment there towards the pops and then towards the moms really you know what I'm saying. And with that, a conversation needs to be held, a healthy conversation between him, his parents, and shit like that. That's just how I'm looking at it. Because maybe they don't get where he's coming from or understand his perspective. But if you don't know how to express yourself, then you're never gonna get the answers that you're looking for. Because it's one thing to
but
be mad about something or upset, but you gotta be able to express and articulate that to the party that you're trying to get answers from.
exactly. So here's my thing, right? With what you just said, like expressing yourself. So how do I know that you probably won't be able to express yourself with me? You get what I'm saying? Like,
They
it's
can't
it's it, you won't be able to.
because they
So
still
I
talking to you
just
about the past.
exactly. So it's just more of like, damn, do you really want to find, like, this is with anybody? And I have found myself actually, what I'm saying, possibly being in a relationship with somebody that was being more set on being in survival mode, and here I am still trying to push out this, because this is what I was raised on, being compassionate, loving, all that good stuff. And I'm trying to push it on you, but you're not trying to give that. I feel like that it's no compromising in that. I feel like that you're gonna, if you want to be in survival mode all your goddamn life, well, shit, fuck it. Go be with somebody. Go be with somebody that's been in survival mode they whole damn life too, and y'all can be together. And I'ma just go find me somebody that's, that has been getting loved on their whole life. because the only way that I see it working is what you said, as if the person is willing to actually put that behind them or whatever. But with this person makes a mistake and be like, oh, see, now that's why now boom boom boom, it's just like, no, it's not.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of growing up need to be done. Like, you can't. You gotta be accountable for what you do in life and what you say in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And when you have pure thoughts and pure intentions and everything is genuine, you really don't worry about the past shit that's bothering you or harboring over you, because you're trying to shake the past dirt off. You're trying to stay fresh and stay clean. So it's
mm-hmm.
like anything that got something to do with, like, everybody has their own way of grieving things, whether it's something you went through, a family member loss, or pain, or something you experienced that you just didn't like and you just can't shake. But at the end of the day, why by somebody dwelling on something old, you could miss your blessings when something right,
Exactly.
somebody or something is right in front of your face and trying to show you the way out. Because some people that's be stuck in the past, they in a sunken place, they stuck there. And if I'm trying to show you the light or lead you to the water, my nigga, I mean, it's either you gonna drink or you gonna keep your eyes closed. But I can't stay thirsty with you. I can't keep my eyes closed with you. I need to stay hydrated. I need to see where I'm
Right.
going. You
It
know what I mean?
becomes draining. It becomes draining at the end of the day. That shit draining as fuck. You know
Right.
how hard it is to pull a goddamn horse? I never pulled a horse and try to make it drink water, but I'm pretty much sure. But I'm pretty much sure it's hard to goddamn pull a horse to try to make it drink fucking water. Them bitches heavy.
And then when you pull it there, imagine it don't even drink. It just look at you like you
Just
stupid. So
look
you just
at
wasted all
you.
that time and all that energy.
Exactly. So here's my spiel, y'all. Listen, yeah, we got survival mode. Yeah, I may have explained some poverty or some shit where so we got survival mode slash poverty versus love. Okay. My whole thing is this: if being in survival mode is going to allow for you to actually be stuck in that past, stay stuck in your past. But don't try to be out here searching or trying to get into relationships and trying to bring everybody else down with you. Work on yourself and try to, you know what I'm saying, build yourself out of whatever little slump that you may find yourself being in. And then you could possibly go out there and try to find you somebody that you can love on. For the people that has been brought up on love, y'all, you know what I'm saying, keep shining, finding love. I mean, not finding love, but keep, keep go with somebody that has been raised on love. But if you have been raised on love and you feel like your place is for healing somebody, honey, and survival mode is what you want, go for it. I ain't here to judge you. I'm just here to spill my tea. Okay? That's it.
I mean,
That
only
is
thing
it.
only thing I got to add to that, really, just to keep it simple, is like, yo, before you try to love somebody else, learn how to love yourself first. And if you know how
Mhm.
to love yourself, then it's easy to love somebody else. That's
Mhm.
it.
That's it. No, that's the spill. Love yourself first. Okay? Don't be trying to get up in nobody nothing before you learn how to love yourself. Okay? I know it's easier said than done because I know they probably like, love myself. Yeah, love yourself. Okay? But
Yeah,
anyway,
when you look in the mirror, do you smile at yourself? Do you be like, yeah, I feel good?
yeah, be like, yeah, that's me. That's me right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
for real, you got to. But anyway, Fresh, it's been a pleasure. But before we do head out, can you let the people know where they can find you at? Y'all, before we do go, y'all, I just want to let y'all know that my bro, he be on Instagram and shit, like be hosting like be having people on there from like rap battles and stuff, and like they be beefing with each other, and I just be laughing at his ass because he be right there dead smack in the middle, being a fucking instigator.
Yeah,
And
that's what I
but
do.
anyway, I'm gonna allow for him to let y'all know where y'all can find him at. But anyway, go ahead,
Yeah,
let them know.
yeah. Y'all can actually follow me on Instagram, Harlem Fresh 125. And you can also follow me in my new home. My new home is on Twitch. I don't do YouTube no more. So you can follow me on Twitch, Harlem Fresh 125TH. The program is the fastest way to Harlem. You know what I mean? It's the A train. Y'all know the vibes. And hip hop, battle rap, sports, conversations, everyday life. And sometimes you gotta have a circle and pack certain people up, or just have a joke session or roasting session. But for the most part, it's all a lot of good fun. Yesterday we had an open mic night. Had a young lady come up there and sing, and another young lady do some spoken word, and then I had another young lady up there rapping. So I love the company of the females. I love the ladies, but I keep my goons with me too. You heard?
Period. But anyway, first, thank you so much for coming through to
Mm-hmm.
Conversations with Glo radio show. It has been a pleasure. I'm so happy that I got you on here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll
And
pull
for
up again. Just holler.
period, I already know. And for those that are out there listening, I do want to thank y'all so much for tuning in to Conversations with Glo radio show, and also being very, very supportive. And also, in the meantime, between time, y'all already know where y'all can catch me at. Peace out.
I holler.